Hello everyone, and I'm back with my new video and a new topic to teach to you guys. So what are we going to do today is we are going to talk about comparatives and superlative degrees. So let's start with comparatives. The first question usually students ask are when do we use them and how do we use them? So when do we use comparatives? We use comparatives to compare two things, places, or people. So it is very clear that we use comparatives to compare two things, places, or people. So usually we are comparing two things. For example, planes are faster than trains. So here we are comparing two things, which are planes and trains. So what are we doing here? We are saying planes are faster than train. So what are the rules to make comparatives? How do we know how to make the comparative in our sentence? So the rule to make comparative is to add er to an adjective. So we have an adjective, then we add er to it, and then we place then. So let's look at the example. John is taller than Sarah. So we are comparing two people, John and Sarah. So who is taller? John is taller than Sarah. And what are we doing here? We have an adjective which is tall and we are adding er to it to make it comparative. So John is taller, and then why we are adding then? We are adding then to make a comparison, to show the comparison that John is taller than Sarah. Okay, now we will look at the rule number 2. How do we change an adjective which has an ending with y? What do? We take the y, we remove the y, and we add ier to an adjective. For example, if we have an adjective lazy, what do? We see that lazy, an adjective, has a y ending. So we remove the y and we add ier to it. And the remaining sentence remains the same. The pattern remains the same. So we have lazier than. We add than for comparison. So Lisa is lazier than Bob. We are comparing two people, Lisa and Bob. So Lisa, who is lazier than Bob. So what are we doing here? We remove y and we add ier to lazy. It becomes lazier. Then next we have superlatives. How do we know what are superlatives and why do we use superlative? This is the main question. So you students usually ask, what are the reasons to use superlatives and why should we use superlatives? So you can tell your students that we use superlatives to compare three or more people, places, or things. So in comparatives we are comparing two people, but here in superlatives we are comparing three or more people, places, or things. For example, Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. So we are comparing Burj Khalifa to the entire buildings, the buildings in this world, all the buildings in this world, that it is the tallest building in the world. So you understand? What are the rules to make superlatives? Same question. We need to know how to make a superlative as well as we learned how to make comparatives. So what do is we add est to the ending of adjective. For example, we have the adjective big. What do? We make it into superlative by adding est. And we need to know that if the adjective is ending with consonant, so we double the consonant. For example, big is a consonant. In the ending, it has a consonant G. So what do when we are changing into a superlative degree? We double the consonant and we add est. New York is the biggest city in the United States. So we comparing in New York to the all cities in the United States, that it is the biggest city in United States. So let's look at the final summary. So what do? We drop the final E and we add ER. For example, if you have fine, it will change into finer, and then finest. We remove Y from the adjective, and we add IER or IEST to make it, for example, from easy to easier and easiest. We also double the last consonant. For example, in big, the ending is G, which is a consonant, and we double it to bigger, and we add ER or EST. So I hope you have enjoyed the lesson and have learned how to make comparatives and superlative degrees. So till then, bye bye, and wait for my next video. Soon I will be back with another topic. Bye.